The White Wolf of the Abyss, Part 1, Thrown into Darkness. They called him weak, they called him unworthy, but on the night of the blood moon, they chained the White Wolf, dragged him to the edge of the abyss, and pushed him into eternal darkness. They believed it was the end. They were wrong. Am carrying out survey to know if my stories are viewed by humans. If you human, please click subscribe to Gate Lord to witness the rise of the Abyss King. Hashtag Chapter 1. The Weak Prince. The kingdom of Frostfall stood tall among the northern lands, carved from ice, stone, and ancient wolf bloodlines. For centuries, the Moonfang family ruled with iron tradition. But Kael Moonfang, the king's firstborn son, was different. He was born smaller than the other pups, slower, quieter. While other young wolves learned to hunt and dominate, Kael struggled to keep up. His white fur made him stand out, not as royalty, but as a target. The warriors whispered behind his back, "The heir is weak." An Omega in alpha blood. Even his father, King Vargan, looked at him with disappointment. Only Kael's mother believed in him. Before she died, she held his face and whispered, "Your strength is sleeping, my son. Do not let this world break you before it wakes." Kael never forgot those words, but the world tried to break him anyway. Chapter 2, Brothers of Blood and Hate. Kael had two half-brothers, Drax and Morven. They were everything Frostfall admired, tall, violent, fearless. They trained harder, they fought dirtier, and they hated Kael with quiet patience. To them, Kael was an insult to royal blood. They believed the throne belonged to strength, not mercy. During combat training, Drax knocked Kael into the snow again and again. Morven circled him like a predator. "Stay down, white rat," Morven whispered. Kael stood up every time, bleeding, shaking, refusing to submit. That refusal planted fear inside them, and fear slowly turned into something darker. Chapter 3. The Forbidden Secret. Late one night, Kael overheard something he was never meant to hear. He stood outside the council chamber when the elders argued in hushed voices. "The boy carries the abyss mark," one elder said. Kael froze. "If it awakens, Frostfall will either rise or burn," another replied. King Vargan growled. "Then it must never awaken." Kael stepped back silently, his heart pounding. He didn't understand what the abyss mark was, but he understood one thing. His own blood carried a forbidden secret, and the kingdom feared it. Chapter 4. The Festival Trap. The Moon Festival arrived, lanterns filled the sky, music echoed across the ice halls, wine flowed freely. It was the only night when enemies smiled at each other. That night, Kael was summoned to the royal tower. He entered the chamber. It was empty. Then the doors slammed shut. Chains wrapped around his arms and legs, burning his skin and draining his strength. Drax stepped from the shadows. Morven followed. "You should have stayed weak," Drax said calmly. Kael struggled. "Oh, this is betrayal," Morven smiled. "No, this is survival." They dragged Kael through hidden tunnels, toward the forbidden cliffs, toward the abyss of howls. Chapter 5. Edge of Death. The wind screamed at the cliff's edge. Below them stretched endless darkness. Kael fell to his knees. "You don't have to do this," he said. Drax's eyes were cold. "Yes, we do." Morven stepped closer. "Because as long as you breathe, we will never rule." They pushed him. Kael felt the ground disappear. The sky vanished. The world became wind and falling darkness. His scream was swallowed by the abyss. Chapter 6. Where light dies. Kael crashed into freezing black water. Pain exploded through his body. Bones cracked. Breath vanished. He sank. See deeper. Colder. Then something moved. Red eyes opened beneath the surface. A voice echoed inside his mind. "Royal blood. rejected by its own. Shadow wrapped around Kael's broken body and lifted him from the water. From the darkness emerged a massive wolf spirit, ancient, scarred, crowned with curved horns. "I am Umbros," the voice said, "the forgotten Alpha, the king of the abyss." Kael tried to speak. Blood filled his mouth. Umbros studied him. "Your bloodline betrayed me long ago, yet you carry something rare, restraint." Kael whispered, "I don't want power. I want to survive." Umbros' eyes burned brighter. "Survival always demands a price." Chapter 7. The First Choice. Umbros lowered his massive head. "Accept my mark. And you will leave this pit alive," he said. "Refuse, and you will become bones beneath the water." Kael closed his eyes. He remembered his mother's voice. "Your strength is sleeping." His hands trembled. Then he nodded. Umbros bit into Kael's chest. Dark fire exploded through his veins. Kael screamed. The abyss shook. Ancient symbols burned across his skin. His heart stopped. Silence, then it started again. Stronger, faster, deadlier. Chapter 8. Awakening in Darkness. Kael collapsed into unconsciousness. When his eyes opened again, the abyss was silent. His wounds were gone. His body felt heavier, but powerful. He stood. The ground cracked beneath his feet. He could hear wolves howling miles above. He could smell fear in the stone. Umbros' voice whispered inside him, "This is only the beginning." Kael looked up at the distant light above the abyss. His fists tightened. "Then I will climb." Part 1. Ending cliffhanger. Far above the abyss. Drax sat on the royal throne. Morven commanded the guards, and King Vargan was told a lie. That Kael Moonfang was dead, but deep inside the abyss, something ancient had awakened, and Frostfall was about to bleed. End of Part 1. Subscribe to Gate Lord to witness the rise of the Abyss King. Part 2. Coming soon.